Hello, Aquarius, my optimistic Aquariuses. Welcome to your reading of September 24 through 30. My name is Dawn. You're listening to Dawn Williams Tarot. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you supporting my work. And if you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. It's such an easy thing for you just to like a video, and it just really helps, believe it or not, the algorithm so that the video goes out far and wide. And of course, that's my goal, is to grow my tarot group, my tarot family. This is a safe place for you to be, actually. And I am I'm a reader that has learned to read tarot, the cards as they were originally set out as an expression of what each of the cards mean, but I'm also a intuitive reader as well. So sometimes if you hear my explanations of the cards may be different than other readers, it's because of that, right? I don't always do strictly, real or traditional tarot readings. Okay, Aquarius. So this is for Sun, Moon, and Rising in Aquarius. I typically will always have some type of stones that I work with. If you're new to my channel, this week Spirit has asked me to utilize this selenite wand. If you do know anything about this, it's a beautiful stone. I have a lot of this stone all through my house. It's a very good stone for picking up any type of negativity or energies. It's also a very good stone for cleaning and clearing and activating and amplifying your other stones that ever come in or near this specific stone. This is one of the few stones that does not need to be cleared because it is kind of its own power stone all in itself. The other two stones that I'm working with in this reading are called bloodstone. And these stones, I didn't really understand when I bought them why I wanted them or what I needed them for, but I do have one for each hand, because typically when I work with my stones, I like to touch them, I like to feel them. And then I was looking at the explanations and properties of these stones, and it's really interesting as to how these tie together. So first of all, selenite bestows blessings and healings to the physical body. They're great for clearing other stones, but it also connects us with our higher self, our spirit guides, and the path between ourselves and the divine. I love that. And bloodstone has a long historical record as a healing stone dating back to ancient Greece. It also is a talisman for Christians, as the blood is a representation of the crucifixion. It is a powerful stone of courage and calmness, and it is recommended for anyone who has suffered any type of a trauma or post-traumatic stress disorder. These stones, this bloodstone is called the spiritual warrior. And it just makes so complete sense as to why Spirit chose these stones this time, because I really feel as we're moving to the end of September and moving into the month of October, we need to be spiritual warriors, right? I've been talking about spiritual warrior energy for a long time, but this is just reiterating that. And the thing is when you use stones, specifically like in readings like this, it's to help amplify that energy so that you can feel those energies coming through. And if you're sensitive to the point where you can feel those energies, that is energy that is being pushed out to you, right? I am a Reiki master. I did my Reiki on these stones before I did all of these readings, and I am just imbuing that energy to you at this time. Okay. The last thing I wanted to share was I was flicking through YouTube one night, a couple nights ago, And I came across this short, like, on YouTube now you can do a lot of short videos. So they're like 1 or 2 minute videos or whatever. I happened to click on this one and it made perfect sense why I was guided to that video, because at the end of that video, the guy said, don't be afraid of the dark. Let them be afraid of your light. And it just hit me as this beautiful expression of absolutely, that's exactly what I'm going to do, right? And I wanted to share those that energy with you. If you want to look up the guy's name is Frank, and his channel is called Frank Files, Files. Okay, so we're going to get into your reading now. I noticed that my thing has shifted slightly, and I want to move it that way because I want to make sure that I can get all of the cards on the online. I'm going to take myself off so that you're just focusing on each of the cards as I explain. At the end, I'll put myself back on camera and I'll pull your last main themes, okay? So those last main themes are either mantras, affirmations, or what they do is they might confirm what we've already discussed in your reading. Okay, so I'm going to take myself off of here so you can concentrate on the cards. I am using 4 different types of oracle decks. Oh, okay. And then we're going to lay out your cards. I'll explain each row as we go of what they represent. Okay. So first of all, this first column, this first row it represents your general energies for the week of September 24th through the 30th. This row represents anything that's coming in that's unexpected to you, that you do not see coming, you're unaware of it. So it's coming in to give you an ability to be able to prepare. The third row is about critical information you need to know. And then the last row, regardless of what's in here, is all the good stuff. Okay, so don't freak out about the Tower. Don't freak out about the Devil. I'll explain all of that. So as I look, you've got the Magician. You have got the Devil. You have got the Tower and the Temperance card. Look at these 2 angels right here. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to dig in. We start off with your general energies, and it says, I am in sync with the flow of life. That's a perfect card. Being in flow is always good. Okay, and then we have the 6 of Swords. So the swords in tarot represent how we express with our mind, how we think, how we express our ideas, how we communicate, right? And how we make decisions on things. This card is a card of moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. So this is a rite of passage of some kind. This is meaning that you're leaving behind those things that no longer serve you, and you're moving forward into a place of safety, security, and it may be the unknown, but it's better in terms of starting over, starting something new, starting something that really resonates with you, allows you the ability to be able to communicate better, to be able to make decisions more easily. So this woman and her child are actually moving from choppy waters to calmer shores, right? The other thing about this card is this is saying that because this person is supposed to be the ferryman taking her to safety, that means that somewhere along the line in this week, somebody's going to come along and help you that you were unexpecting them to be of assistance. we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands has to do with inspiration, creativity, passion, motivation, and our intuition. As you can see, he's got all these little salamanders on his cloak there, whatever it is that he's wearing. He's got these fiery cut. So this is a very fiery energy. And knights in the tarot are meant to take action. So that's saying that you need to move forward with something. You need to move forward with something that you have been thinking about and mulling about, that will, it's full of passion, it's full of your creativity and full of your inspiration. It's telling you to stop thinking about it and take action. Move forward, okay? Because you have all the tools. You have all the tools that you need in order to be able to create this life, this next phase that you're working towards, that you're trying to create. You have all the tools that you need. The Magician is a card of mastery, expertise, and training. He also has these lilies and these roses, red roses. So the lilies are meant to represent compassion and purity of thought and action, while the roses are meant to represent wisdom, love, courage, and action. He has all the tools here. He has the cups, he has the pentacles, he has the swords, and he has the wands. He actually has divinity. He is raising his hand up to God and asking God to help him. And he is grounding that energy, creating this abundance for himself. So this is a beautiful card right here. This is telling you that you're moving away from something that no longer serves you. You're taking action, you're moving forward, and you've got all the tools that you need. This next column has to do with things that are unexpected. I love the starfish. Look how pretty that is. Starfish spirit says open to infinite possibilities. So with that, and if you look, like, I don't know the anatomy of a starfish, but if you look in the very center, it's kind of like this beautiful explosive energy right in the center, which I would equate to heart chakra, right? Heart-centered, infinite possibilities. You have a Page of Wands here. Pages have to do with a new path or a new direction, or it could represent a young person. It could represent apprenticeship. But again, he's got the salamanders, right, on his cloak here. So this is a very fiery energy. Again, this is about taking action of some kind. So you could be moving into a direction that is inspiring for you, which is kind of the guidance of what this was about. And this is saying that you're going to be laying a new path for yourself. The unexpected is this Devil card. Now, the Devil card is representative of negative blocks or self-doubt. So basically what this is saying is you need to change your perspective, change your way of thinking, right? If you look, the devil has the allure. He's got these people chained up here. That is because this is another card of addiction, or a card of being distracted, right? This is distractions. And as this is in your unexpected, something's going to come up that's going to try to take you off your path. And so it's basically saying, if you can focus on what it is that you're trying to create and, not dive into the distraction, you'll do fine, because your next card is the Nine of Cups. And if you look at the Nine of Cups, this guy's kind of chubby. So he's had a few meals. He knows how to create the things in his life that make him feel very good about his life, right? His cups are full. He knows how to attain those cups. This is also the Wish card. So if you've been looking to create something that is very inspiring to you, all your cards so far up to this is saying, as long as you don't allow yourself to get distracted and pulled off task, you are definitely going to create this for yourself. Okay, Aquarius? Your next column has to do with critical things you need to know. Shift your perspective. So again, right? This ties into this Devil card. Like if you can shift your perspective from whatever it is, this unexpected thing that's going to come in and try to take you off path, you'll do just fine. Shifting your perspective may also mean that you might need to look at things in quite a slightly different way. You know, we all have our experiences, we all have our personal beliefs. So this could very much mean that you need to really think about those things, because you have the Two of Swords here. She's got her arms crossed over her chest. She also has blindfolds on. So whatever it is, she's going to be presented with a couple of choices that are going to tease the mind. It's going to be something that you're going to want to think about, right? And it could be hard decisions. It could be difficult decisions. And it's sometimes when we are faced with difficult decisions, we don't always know which direction to go. However, for her, if she were just to put those swords down, she could easily take off that blindfold, and she would realize what her real mission, her real job is, to get herself over to those islands, right? Right now, she's got these rocks that are blocking her way, and she would definitely run into those if she were not to remove those, that, you know, whatever this thinking is that is she's not seeing clearly. But if she were to remove that, she'd realize she could just walk across that water and get over to that area where she really wants to be, on that new island back there behind her. And again, critical, you need to know something's going to come in. It looks like you're going to have a lot of thoughts, a lot of things that are going to be teasing your mind. And this right here are self-imposed thoughts. There's 9 swords here that are going to keep you up at night, meaning that you're going to have sleepless nights. Whatever it is, whatever these decisions are, my suggestion would be write them down before you go to bed. Whatever it is that's teasing you, whatever it is that you need to make decisions on, write them on a pad of paper, put them beside your bed, and tell yourself before you go to sleep, I've captured my thoughts, so now I can sleep peacefully. I can pick that, you know, pad up when I wake up in the morning, when my thoughts are clearer, when I have more time to be able to really evaluate what those thoughts might represent. And the reason why you're doing that exercise is because then it'll allow you to sleep. Your mind knows, your subconscious knows you've written down those things. And now you should be able to sleep, okay? But this is all self-imposed. If you don't give yourself the time to think about it, to think about these things before you go to bed because you're too busy or whatever, it does indicate that you're going to have sleepless nights until you can figure out what those things are that are keeping you awake. And again, you're going to have choices, right? So if you look at this guy, he's balancing, again, 2 different concepts here. He is balancing these, because 2s have to do with choices. So he's making decisions on money, or he's making decisions about a home life, or he's making decisions about his career or his health or something like that, his physical security, right? Now, the thing to keep in mind is, oh, and if you look at him, he's even a little bit off balance. He's got one foot that's off the ground and the other one is on the ground. So yeah, so this is saying that he's kind of needs to make decisions on something. This is not a major arcana card, so I feel like that will work through pretty quickly. But there's going to be some decisions that you're going to have to make this next week that you did not expect to have to make, or that is critical information that you need to make in order for you to move forward. This is all your good stuff. Visualize success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. And you know what's really amazing about that is I feel like of all the signs, Aquarius really are the most optimistic. I feel like you guys really do set yourselves in positions of seeing the positive in most situations. So to me, I love that as a reminder, you know, as a little exercise that you can do for yourself. And then you have this additional angel here. So you got two angels in a row. You're definitely divinely protected in this next week. This is a cup. This angel is holding these two cups, and she's definitely got this energy of balance and caution, right? So temperance is about thinking things through, really making sure that you feel good about whatever it is that you're creating out there. She's got one foot, right, in the water, and she's got one foot here on the ground. So she's trying to balance. So what it's really saying is, you know, you're going to be thinking about things. Her whole head is lit up. And if you look, it looks like she's got her third eye activated. So for me, that's saying you're definitely going to be moving forward. You may be moving forward cautiously, but whatever that is, it's going to be a good outcome for you. With the Tower card typically means, you know, it means a distraction, or it means it's a demolition and rebuild. However, because this is in the good stuff, it feels as though, to me, you guys have already worked at rebuilding your foundation in some way. Now, I look at this card as a spiritual connection type of card, meaning that, you know, if you don't do the work, if you don't figure out the things that you're out of balance in, then Spirit's going to come in and is going to pull the rug underneath your feet. However, I feel because this is in the good stuff, that means that that's already happened. You're already working through a lot of that, and you're rebuilding your base, okay? You're rebuilding yourself from the ground up. And the reason why I feel that way too is because you've got this 10 of Swords. And 10s all represent endings, completions. So you're ending a chapter, you're ending a situation of some kind. And again, it's a lot about thought, right? It's this whole thing of shifting your perspective. And I really feel as though, as this is being a card of guidance for you, that at the end, you're actually going to do exactly as guided. You are going to shift your perspective. And this is the last card for this reading. I am going to put myself back on. Actually, it looks really good. I mean, you do have some heavy cards here, but the thing is it's that I really feel good about the cards that are here, even though they're scary. That the Devil card and the Tower card typically represents big work. I really honestly do feel as though, you know, this is just a change in your perspective on things, making sure that you do not allow yourself to be distracted and pulled off course. And this is just suggesting that Spirit is recognizing all of your hard work, right? And it's coming to an end. All the bad stuff is coming to an end because this is all the good stuff. And it's divinely guided because you've got these two angels here. This is actually a really good reading, Aquarius. Okay, I'm gonna put myself back on the screen. Hi. And now I'm gonna pull your main themes for the week. Okay, so these are your final cards. You can use these as mantras, or they may even explain, verify, clarify what we've already said. Okay, shield, it says you'll need to defend yourself. And I kind of do feel that way. I feel like you're going to need to defend yourself, especially if you don't heed the warning of this Devil card, okay? And the way that you can shield yourself, which is interesting because I was telling you about surrounding yourself with this luminescent type of white light, right? So before you leave each day, just imagine this white light surrounding you as your field of protection. And then we have the Fox. And it says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. That's a good card. Maybe we'll hear a little more. And then we have the harp, which represents great happiness. I love happiness. And then we have a dark man, and it says dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or dark hair. I don't see any kings here, but I do see the wands and the knights. That could represent people of some kind. And then we have the scales. And this is saying, keep your life in balance. So once again, that does reiterate what I was saying about, you know, making sure that you don't allow yourself to be distracted here. Keep things in balance. Shift your perspective, be open to the infinite possibilities, and you are in sync with the flow of life. You've got the guidance of 2 angels that are protecting you, keeping you cautious. This is a great reading. This really is a good reading. Okay, Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here till the end. Please like. It's so important to me personally. For you to like each of these videos, only because it really does help the algorithms. And if you're new and you would like to subscribe, I would love to see you returning. I am trying to create a community of like-minded people that are interested in learning not only about themselves, but learning about some of these tools that we can use to spiritually help us move through this ascension process. Okay. You take care of you, and until next time, be well.